to my friends, colleagues, and co-laborers in the fight for equity and justice for queer and trans people across race, across social class and employment categories, across disability, across age, across professional status, across immigration status, across gender expression and gender identity. Greetings. Though I would have preferred to have been able to join you in person, my campus responsibilities regrettably prevent me from doing so. Nevertheless, I am grateful for this opportunity in this way to offer a somewhat personal message of appreciation for this humbling and amazing recognition as your recipient of the 2018 Consortium of Higher Education LGBT Resource Professionals Award for Research and Assessment. Since my selection was publicly announced, among the many gracious congratulations I have received have also been comments that I am deserving of this award. And I admit I struggle with the rhetoric of deservingness as it has been manipulated and abused to create wedge groups among minoritized populations and to dismiss those who are not privileged to have their thoughts, ideas, and labor publicly recognized in forums like this. Instead of believing that I am somehow uniquely deserving of this award, I choose to understand it as a recognition of the legacies of queer and trans ancestors, elders, colleagues, and students who have challenged, inspired, and fed my research and scholarship, and who hopefully have been benefited by that work. This award recognizes in part the imprint left on me when I was still in the closet to myself by a Black student when I worked at Kenyon College 22 years ago. This Black, queer, and non-binary gender student asked me pointedly if I would be coming to the Take Back the Night March at which they would be speaking. When I hesitated, they challenged me that if I said I was there to support Black students on campus, then I needed to make sure I was including the Black, queer, and trans students because nobody from the Multicultural Affairs Office had ever shown up to visibly support queer and trans students of color. I showed up at the march and pledged my personal support and that of my office to include queer and trans students of color in our work. I have never forgotten that student or the pledge that I made that night. Indeed, I have endeavored to honor that student and the great cloud of witnesses upon whose shoulders I stand and those whose lives I seek to serve with my research on collegians across multiple and integrated social group identities and the intersectional oppressive systems confronting them in higher education. This award is testament to their calling out and their calling in that I offer the gifts I have in service of the liberation of my QT kin. I cannot express how much this recognition means to me, that it comes from my people, my community, my kin. So thank you for honoring them and thank you for seeing me.